Dun 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 dun.
We're loving it. Hey, welcome to this episode of On the Couch with
B.
and D.
Yeah.
So, if you called us last week, we were talking about embracing your transition, and whatever that transition may be, whether it be, maybe moving to a new city or a job loss, or maybe you're transitioning out of a relationship, whatever it may be, that transition may be, whether it be positive, negative, or indifferent. How do you embrace the transition to get to your next step?
Yeah.
And so the points we talked about last week with Blur that you really talked about was about, go ahead, I'll allow you.
Yeah, so my favorite part of, in hindsight, of a transition is having a supportive tribe. I think that's been just paramount for me, being able to get through certain things, talk through certain things, build on certain things, because you have someone that not only can relate to you, but who can challenge you and say, is that really good for you? Was that good for you? Was that situation good for you? And how can we grow together and be better together? Go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask you,
Yeah.
what do you classify as a tribe?
I feel like this is about to be an interview.
It is. I do. What do you classify as a tribe, Blur, Herbie?
A tribe, I would say are, I would start to say hand-selected, but they're really God-selected individuals.
Mm-hmm.
They're people who serve a specific purpose in your life, whether it is, I have a fashionista sister. I have a traveling sister. Actually, she's one and the same. I have my business sister. I have my BFFs, my foundational sisters. Of course, I have my soul friend. And there are so many other individuals in my life. I have, a brother in business as well, that hold me up in certain areas, remind me of who I am. And, oftentimes we go through life and we don't realize how much of a unicorn or how much of a superhero we really are, even in encountering those transitions. And we'll get through it, right? And we'll be like, I'm glad that negative energy is over. But you have that supportive tribe to come to you and say, you got over that? How'd you get over that? Talk to me more about that. You need to tell somebody else about that. You are dope. You are amazing. What are we going to do with that story? What are we going to do with that experience? Meanwhile, you're thinking, Lord, I'm just glad I survived.
Yes.
So,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, a tribe of people would be that supportive group that can push you to greatness, and you're not going to deflect from that greatness because you know that they mean well.
And I would say that's the reason why we do the show, because of that tribe that we have that has supported us. So I can think about I can think of lots of things in my life, but I'll probably say the most two recent things of having a tribe in my transition.
Okay.
A tribe in my transition. I like that.
Ooh.
T in my T. Okay, tribe. Anyhow, is when I lost my mother, I remember this outpouring of staff from Humana that sent me so many cards. And the way the leaders said, take time off as much as you need. What can we do? Some of the leaders came to the viewing. Some of the leaders came to the actual funeral.
That is a beautiful thing.
And so it literally was a tribe to help me through this transition, which was one of the most iconic, not even iconic, was the most challenging transitions I ever faced in my life. Life-changing, exactly. And so there was so many people, you included, Lewis, so many great people, Steve and Jennifer and Natalie, all these great people who just helped me through that transition, who kept me together. Because because sometimes you don't know, when you're in the transition, you don't know, you don't even know who you are sometimes. You don't know what you are. You don't know where you are. And so there are people that have to keep you grounded and keep you safe and keep you in the sound mind. Yes, in the transition. And the other transition I would think about is just recently. So I left my job after 10 years.
I'm sorry. I'm excited for him because he took a leap of faith. Nothing against Humana.
Yes, we love Humana, as I said. But after 10 years of being in a company, 10 and a half years that I loved, I grew up there. And I transitioned into an entire new company here in Charlotte. And I was like, the last week, which was the first week, or 2 weeks ago, whenever, the first week I had anxiety. I had not, for the week before, the week of, I could not sleep. I wasn't eating properly. I was just so nervous about starting this new transition.
And he was such a, us, y'all.
Did you? Oh, yeah, I was.
I said it.
I was, because I couldn't sleep. I was not sleeping. I saw my life was just, I didn't know
Bitter Betty.
I was a bit of I was not handling transition as best as I could have. Right. But then when I realized that there is uncomfortability in transition.
That's it.
And the uncomfortability is really, and that conflict that we have with ourselves is good. Right? Mm-hmm. Because that pushes us outside the box. That pushes us to think about something else. It's always, enlightening it back to driving a car.
Okay.
And when you have to go through some detours in life. And it seems uncomfortable. You don't know where you're going to. Have you ever got lost and you're like, oh, I don't know where I'm going to. The road is dark.
Or it starts raining.
Yes, anything. Mm-hmm. You just like, you don't know. But you've got this support system called a GPS.
Yes, turn left. And that pleasant voice. Yes. It's very comforting, right? Mm-hmm. And it helps you get back on track and get to where you're going, right? So there's a little comfort in that.
It is. And so we've got GPS people in our life.
Okay, GPS people.
GPS people who are there to keep us on track and to help us through that transition.
And redirect us.
And say, don't look at the negative side of the transition. Look at the positive side. Look at the scenery along the way in the transition, along the way of the detour. Mm-hmm. Look at the great things and look at the things, and you're learning how to drive better in the transition. You learn how to navigate your life better in the transition. And so for me, these past several weeks transitioning to a new company, I've had so much support system. So many people who reached out to me and said, congratulations, you're going to do a great job. People from my old company saying they're so blessed to have you. And that has made the transition better. And also with, of course, she's my bestie. So she's seen the good, the bad, and the ugly of the last 3 weeks. And I called her the other day. I was like, you know what? I thank God that I had another week. Mm-hmm. This may have been a hard week, but I thank God for another week. And you've got to embrace the transition.
Embrace the transition. Remember who you are. And if you can't remember who you are, again, have that tribe to remind you who you are. You are smart. You are fearless. You are talented. You are going to be a director and beyond in HR and what is it? Diversity and inclusion.
Hello, somebody. Yes.
And so that is something that I'll definitely wrap up with. I won't tell my story this time, but D'Angelo definitely has spoken some life into me and my career. That most of the time I believe but sometimes you don't even know. I've been going on this career with sales and into tech. And into training by the grace of God. And this guy has always spoken life. So you have to have people around you, a tribe around you, a tribe what did you say? A tribe in your transition.
A tribe
in your transition. Who speaks life into your next steps. Remember that.
Yep, I love that. And I guess I will lead with, my thought was fleeting just that fast. I'll have to think about it for the next one. But I always do that. But I will just leave you with, I can't think what it is. I really had it. It was a prolific thought. It's not coming back to me. But I will say this, is that as Blair has continued, and we both have said, is that just surround yourself with people who believe in your transition and who can help you through that transitional phase that you're going through. And don't be afraid of the transition that you may have in life, because what prompted this conversation is that you may not know what the reason for that transition is today, but in due time it's going to be revealed to you.
It's temporary. We love you so much. We are that tribe for you if you don't have anybody else. So please catch us on The Couch Talk on Instagram. I am beher.xoxo.
And actually, you want to catch us on not only on Instagram, but you want to catch the full videos on YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, share, like, send to all your friends. And I'm your Southern Gents.
You got it.
Glad to be here. Love you for free.
You know what to do.